What's one misconception about you?
There are no misconceptions about me.
I was up. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now.
Why'd you move to LA?
Oh, for the kids.
Attorney Tony Busby, who's representing the 120 accusers, told reporters at an October 1st press conference per NBC News, quote, "We will expose the enablers who enabled this conduct behind closed doors. We will pursue this matter no matter who the evidence implicates." During the press conference, Tony also stated that 25 of the accusers were minors at the time of the alleged incidents.
Some of the big legal cases we are following in this week's Burden of Proof. The family of the late rapper Tupac Shakur has hired a team of investigators to look into what they say is a link between Sean Diddy Combs and the murder of the hip-hop star in 1996.
Sean Diddy Combs, one of the most influential figures in hip-hop and entertainment, is no stranger to controversy. However, recent allegations and revelations have taken the scandal surrounding him to a whole new level. As more information surfaces, the situation keeps escalating, creating shockwaves across Hollywood and beyond. Here's a breakdown of how the scandal has worsened over time, exploring the major events and accusations that have emerged. For decades, there have been whispers and conspiracy theories about Diddy's alleged involvement in the murder of Tupac Shakur, the East Coast-West Coast rap rivalry of the 1990s, which culminated in the killings of both Tupac and the notorious B.I.G., remains one of the most infamous periods in hip-hop history.
Why were you on, and he's dead now, but they have to explain why did he was able to get some publishing money or some kind of deal off the sale of Black Ground Records, and they put him as Tank manager or Tank something for Tank, this, that, and the third. Why did they do that?
Yeah, I got you. And when you say check, right, just to get some clarity for the people that don't know what you're talking about, you talking about the $1 million check, right, that they put on Tupac to get him killed, the hit?
Yeah. What I'm talking about is that if Puff has said on a couple of records that he'll pay $1 million to, but he was just talking to people randomly. So now everybody said that, and Keefe D said that Puff told them that he'll give them $1 million. Now, do we believe that? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't.
Recently, the Tupac case took a dramatic turn when his family hired a team of investigators and a high-powered attorney, Alex Spiro, to probe into the possible involvement of Diddy in the rapper's death.
Let's bring in former federal prosecutor and president of West Coast Trial Lawyers, Nima Rahmani. Nima, thank you for joining us again on this Sunday. I want to begin with what so many people are talking about, this Tupac investigation, the family of the hip-hop megastar alleging that Diddy may have had something to do with his murder in 1996. They've hired a powerhouse attorney, a team of investigators. What do you make of this?
Well, Phil, I mean, these accusations have been going on for quite some time, and Tupac's family have hired Alex Spiro, who is actually handling the defense of Mayor Eric Adams, who we've been talking about. And we all know that Diddy's being prosecuted by that same office. Now, the challenge here is, even though the allegations are that, Combs may have been involved in the 1994 shooting of Tupac that obviously didn't kill him, and then potentially the murder 2 years later, someone else is being prosecuted for this murder right now in Las Vegas, and that's Keefe Davis. He's alleged to be the shot caller in the murder of Tupac. So I'm not sure that this investigation will go too far, especially when someone else is being held criminally accountable for that murder.
Tupac was murdered in a drive-by shooting in Las Vegas in 1996, but the case has remained unsolved for years. With new claims emerging, many are now pointing fingers at Diddy, suggesting that he played a role in orchestrating the assassination.
You think it's possible that Keefe D, he might try to pit Tupac murder on Diddy?
Well, he already said that, but that's a state case. You understand? If the state proves their case, they have to show it to the prosecutor, and the prosecutor, he could charge Diddy with that, but it has to be evidence that could be proven in the court of law. So by Keefe D saying that, it doesn't make a bit of difference. They gotta have proof. Where's the gun? Where's the tape that said Diddy said he said that? Where's the witnesses? Keefy D? Oh no. Keefy D is a gangster. Keefy D is a gang member. Keefy D just trying to make things easier for himself. That's what the prosecutor gonna look at. And then the defense gonna tear us up about saying this, that, and the third. But I believe that they wouldn't even try to do that because they'll look at their charges and see how can they bring their charges into that case. How could they bring that Tupac over into Puff case for racketeering, for they still would have that legitimate evidence, and they don't view Keefy D as being evidence enough or having enough evidence to bring Diddy into this case.
But what about the alleged hit that Diddy put on Tupac? You know, the check for $1 million?
Well, that $1 million check, and like I said before, is that not one individual ever came out and never said, well, Zip never had $1 million check.
One of the most troubling aspects of Diddy's recent scandals is the cloud of suspicion surrounding the death of his longtime partner and mother of his children, Kim Porter.
You seen how Albie Shore, he came out saying that Kim Porter death needs to be looked into?
I think that Al being his ex-wife, he have every right knowing about the stuff that came out about Diddy and what he was doing. You understand what he has done in the past, and people have overlooked it. By him coming out and saying that he hoped that he could get her case reopened, there was a guy called John Paperwork, the Paperwork Party. They would put in an open petition to get Kim's case reopened. You understand what I'm saying? So I'll be sure doing this is showing that, you know, he still got love for Quincy's mother. He still want to find out the truth.
Porter, who died in November 2018, was initially reported to have passed away from pneumonia. However, over the years, questions about the circumstances of her death have grown, especially following public comments made by Al B, Shaw Porter's ex-partner and father of her eldest son, Quincy. Deal, who worked closely with Diddy for years, has alluded to possible physical altercations between Diddy and Porter and speculated that an accidental death could have been covered up.
Allegedly, Kim was fine the day before and the day of her death. And then now she found in the bed dead from pneumonia. That just don't sound right, bro. That don't sound right at all.
So you feel the same way about her death being suspect?
I don't think nobody in America think it's nothing suspicious about Kim's death, bro. If you are rich like that, you could, you know, Kim had, I think a net worth of like, what, 12 million a year or something like that? Kim could have called any doctor to come over and look at her. If she was that bad, you know, she could have called an ambulance or something like that. Everything is suspicious about her death, bro. And I don't think an autopsy was done on her. And if it was a half-assed job.
You personally, right? What do you think happened to Kim Porter?
If I say something personal, bro, and my belief, and I put it on to the public, then I might be liable. You understand what I'm saying? I might could be liable for what I say. So I just can't say that, yo, I don't really want to say what I really believe, brother. Because, you know, what I really believe is that they might got into a little spat, a little fight, something went down, and Puff did that play fighting stuff that he always do, and that pillow fighting stuff, and probably smothered her. But I wouldn't say that on the air. I wouldn't let people know that he probably smothered her to death, and because she had a bad cold or she felt some kind of way, that she died doing them having that play fight with the pillow fights and everything, and smothered her.
Kim Porter wasn't the only one who allegedly suffered abuse at the hands of Diddy. Over the years, several reports have surfaced that paint a darker picture of his personal relationships. According to various sources, including those who worked closely with him, Diddy's relationships with women were often turbulent and abusive. Gene Deal's accounts of Diddy's violent tendencies have been particularly damning. Deal has spoken about how Diddy reportedly physically assaulted Porter on multiple occasions. These accounts include Diddy giving her a black eye and even breaking her nose. In one particularly violent incident, Deal claims that Porter was forced to defend herself with a corkscrew, which resulted in Diddy suffering a severe wrist injury. This injury allegedly led to Diddy's subsequent addiction to painkillers.
Nice apartment, had a maid, had a babysitter, treated her like a queen on the outside. On the inside, she was subjected to doing all the nasty, all the freaky things with other people that he wanted her to do. But I didn't see no complaints. So, that's how it was. She was very spoiled, but it came with the abuse. It came with the abuse so bad that, like I said, she had to take a corkscrew and split his wrist open that led to his drug abuse. Because when she split his wrist open, he had so much pain, I guess, in that wrist, he never got off those opiates. He never got off the drug for his wrist. You know, you got reports, you got other bodyguards that said that they saw him punch her in the eye, give her a black eye. Got other bodyguards said that he broke her nose. People gotta understand that Puff had about six bodyguards. Big Gene had him on or Saturdays and Sundays. And at nighttime, when, you know, he'll get mad at some bodyguards because they ain't doing what they supposed to do or what he say he do the way like that, and I'll get a call in the middle of the night, yo, Puff them at this club, Gene. He wanna know, can you come down? Or whatever, this, that, and the third. It used to happen like that sometimes.
While Diddy has not publicly responded to these specific allegations, the pattern of alleged abuse is disturbing. His relationships with women, which once appeared glamorous and enviable, now seem deeply toxic, riddled with control, manipulation, and physical violence. In the latest twist to the ongoing saga, there are reports that tapes allegedly showing Diddy and several high-profile celebrities in compromising positions are being shopped around media outlets. According to one attorney, known only as Kid, who reportedly viewed part of the tape, the footage involves A-list celebrities and is said to be shocking. Kid claims that figures bigger than Diddy are involved, fueling further speculation about Hollywood's secretive world and its darkest corners.
You've said that you've been contacted regarding the sale of one of the Diddy freak-off tapes, and that it features a very high-profile celebrity. What can you tell us about that?
So actually, I recently was contacted by one of my business partners who's also an attorney, who said to me, well, why are we not writing the demand letter to try to do the catch and kill? And I said, well, if you want to do it, then I'll connect you and you can essentially do it. He was also concerned about wanting to protect the other person who was in the film, mainly because I've known about this for about 3.5 weeks to about a month. I've been communicating with these people who purport to have that videotape. And it wasn't until Thursday night that they outright said, can you write on your letterhead a letter to the individual who's also in the tape and see if they're interested in a catch and kill? And is that something, we'll give you X amount of percentage of it. And at the time I was like, I don't think I want to be involved in this, but I hadn't had time to process. But the other attorney I'm speaking of, he's pretty much been in the know the entire time since I first got contacted by these individuals with the tape. And we're pursuing now a meeting with the three of us for us to broker, I guess, a situation where we'll have certain guarantees that once we make the representations to the person in the tape, that we have some level of assurances that this is a valid tape.
And just to be clear, two thoughts about this. One, is it a household name that we're talking about here? And secondly, are they engaged in any criminality from what you understand?
Household name, very much so. More of a household name than Mr. Combs.
Wow,
and
really?
Criminality, they are engaged in pornography. They're not doing anything illegal per se. I can't say that well, I'll say this. My concern was that I could not verify the age of the individual. And so that was my concern about not having anything sent to me and viewing it in the way that I did via stills, via FaceTime video. So I didn't want to have anything in my phone because my issue is we can't determine if this person is 17 to 21.
As with many celebrity scandals, the court of public opinion has played a significant role in shaping Diddy's current predicament. Rumors and accusations have swirled for years, but with each new piece of information, the pressure on Diddy grows.
Diddy has hired some pretty heavy hitters to join his defense team. Is it significant to you at all that he added a well-established death penalty attorney into his case, that being Anthony Rico?
Certainly, he's not charged with any crimes that expose him to the death penalty. But anytime anybody is charged with a crime, especially somebody with significant money, they're going to hire established attorneys with experience, and they're going to hire a team of attorneys.
And he also added Sam Bankman-Fried's attorney, that being Alexandra Shapiro. What do you make of that addition to his team, given she's still representing Sam Bankman-Fried and he's reportedly housed in the same unit as Diddy?
You know, that's actually not all that surprising. Oftentimes, defendants will speak to other defendants. They'll have exposure to other defendants while in custody, and will sometimes, by recommendation of other defendants, hire an attorney that is representing one of them.
The media's portrayal of Diddy has increasingly leaned toward the negative, and with good reason. The combination of murder allegations, abusive behavior, and rumors of compromising tapes has left many questioning the true character of a man once considered a business mogul and musical visionary.
So the legal trouble for Sean Diddy Combs continues to intensify, almost daily, in fact. There are over 120 accusers and at least 25 minors, and now there's word of a sex tape that is being shopped around involving an A-list celebrity who might have been a minor at the time. This is really tough to talk about. Let's bring in former judge who presided over the Parkland school shooting case, Elizabeth Scherer. She joins me now to really kind of break down different aspects of this because it is really mounting for him. Let's talk about this sex tape. If it is an A-list who is a minor, could we see more charges?
Absolutely. If a person knowingly releases to the public a sex tape, like a pornographic nature involving a minor, that is absolutely a criminal offense in federal court and in state court. So I would say that anybody who does that could absolutely be charged with a criminal offense.
But any of these tapes that eventually perhaps may make it out into the public eye, is that a slam dunk? Even if it's not in the public eye, is it a slam dunk, the fact that they're even there for the prosecution?
It's definitely very compelling evidence. Anytime you have videotaped evidence, it's very compelling to a jury and it's very helpful to the prosecution. In my opinion, the federal government, a lot of people don't realize this, but they have like over a 90% conviction rate on any case that they charge. So certainly anything that can up that odds to more than mid 90%. is very damaging to the defense.
Diddy's mother, Janice Combs, has come forward to defend her son, claiming that he is being unfairly judged by the public and that much of what's being said about him is a distortion of the truth. However, her statement has done little to change the growing public sentiment that Diddy's carefully constructed persona may have always hidden something far more sinister.
Sean Diddy Combs' mom is coming to her son's defense. Amid her son's legal troubles, Janice Small Combs is speaking out on behalf of their family, claiming the charges against the music mogul have been blown out of proportion. Through her attorney, Natalie G. Figures, in a statement on her behalf to The Hollywood Reporter October 6, she says, quote, "To bear witness what seems to be like a public lynching of my son before he has had the opportunity to prove his innocence is a pain too unbearable to put into words. Like every human being, my son deserves to have his day in court, to finally share his side and to prove his innocence." Janice's statement comes as Diddy remains behind bars following his September 16th arrest on charges of sex trafficking, racketeering, and transportation to engage in prostitution.
As more accusations come to light and the legal investigations intensify, Diddy's reputation continues to unravel. Once seen as an untouchable icon, he now faces mounting scrutiny from both the legal system and the public. Whether these allegations will lead to criminal charges or fade into the realm of rumors remains to be seen. But one thing is certain. The scandal surrounding Diddy has reached a boiling point, and the fallout could be far from over. That's it for now. Don't forget to tell us what you think in the comments below. For more updates, hit the bell icon.